Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days, and welcome to a squashed Wrestling Days because I've still got the figure slide set up. You can see we got Titus O'Neil, Titus World Slide. So I really need to take this down because it's really in the way. But that's not the focus of this video. We are here to do our preview and predictions for WWE TLC 2018. The show comes from San Jose in California. The card is stacked. We will be live streaming during this show over on Twitch. Jump over to Twitch, search Wrestling Days. I will put a link down in the description as well. But join us when the show is on, because we're going to be doing figure giveaways. There's going to be like Slam Attack card giveaways. There's going to be loads of stuff happening. And you will obviously be able to see my live reaction to everything that takes place. And this is a stacked card. Let's get straight to it with match number 1. This is the final of the Mixed Match Challenge. And it is going to see Mahalicia, which is Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox, take on the Fabulous Truth, which is R-Truth and Carmella. Now, this is two weird teams to have in a final, because I can tell you that to get here, teams like Miz and Asuka were beaten, and Bayley and Apollo Crews were beaten. I believe that was the semi-finals, but we end up with this. So, first of all, feels a bit weird. Not sure these two teams are the best two teams that should have made it through to the final. And this is quite important because whoever wins not only gets a paid trip anywhere in the world, but also will enter the Royal Rumble at number 30. So I think Fabulous Truth will win. I think that they're quite hot at the moment with the whole dance break thing. And so I think R-Truth and Carmella will be entering the Royal Rumble at number 30 come January. Right, let's start off with one of the hottest matches. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. I think this feud is going to continue for a while, but I think they've got bigger plans for Seth. I think Seth will go on to face Brock for that WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania, maybe even Royal Rumble. And so I think they will take the IC title off him here. That will open up Dean to have feuds with Elias, Finn Balor, maybe a return in Bray Wyatt. So it's going to be very interesting. But I do see a title change. Next up, we've got Braun Strowman against Baron Corbin in a TLC match. If Baron wins, then he is the permanent GM of Raw. If Braun wins, then he gets that Universal Championship match. I think Braun will miss this show. He obviously was attacked a few weeks ago. He's out injured still. I don't expect Braun to make the show. He could make an appearance but not actually wrestle. I don't think Baron Corbin is going to win by forfeit. I think Bray Wyatt will take Braun's place. We will end up getting Bray Wyatt against Baron Corbin. Bray Wyatt could win, which will then set up a very interesting championship match. A very interesting championship match of Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. And actually, I'm really into that match. So I really hope this happens. And again, it would mean that Braun Strowman gets cheated, just misses out on his Universal Championship match. It means that Kurt Angle can remain GM of Raw. Maybe that leads towards a Baron Corbin Kurt Angle match at WrestleMania with the winner becoming GM of Raw. So that storyline can continue. I think this makes perfect sense. So I'm hoping we see the Eater of Worlds return. Next up, we've got Ronda Rousey against Nia Jax, and I'm in little to no doubt that Ronda Rousey retains. I don't see any reason why she should lose here. Drop the title to Nia. I think Ronda is going to retain and then build towards that mega WrestleMania match against Becky Lynch. Could be that it's Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda. Could be that it's Asuka, Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda. I don't care how the combination works, as long as Ronda and Becky actually meet face to face somehow in a ring at WrestleMania, and I'm sure that we're building towards that. I don't see how we achieve that if Ronda loses the title here, so Ronda retains. Next up, we've got the match for the WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan against AJ Styles. This is a fascinating feud, and Daniel is going through a fascinating character development. Thought his promos on SmackDown this week were fantastic, and I don't see any reason to take that title off Daniel Bryan right now. Daniel Bryan has to retain here. It doesn't make any sense for him to drop the title. AJ Styles is just coming off the back of a long title run. So why would you change things now? Why would you put that title back onto AJ? I think keep things as they are. Daniel Bryan retains. Match number 6, we'll see Becky Lynch take on Charlotte, take on Asuka. I would love Asuka to win this match. This, for me, is the match of the night. This is the match I'm most excited for. I would love Asuka to win this. It is a TLC match. I really think this could be the best women's match of all time. If you think about what Becky and Charlotte did, just the two of them, now we're adding in Asuka and TLC stipulations. What them two did at Evolution in that last woman standing match was stunning. It is the highest rated women's match in the history of WWE. I think this beats it. I think this is a match of the year contender. I would love Asuka to win it, but I don't think you can stop that momentum that the man has got right now. So again, I think Becky Lynch retains. Next up, we got Finn Balor against Drew McIntyre, and the big rumour is that Finn Balor won't be able to make this show. He's got a sickness bug at the moment. He was pulled off the recent WWE tour, and so I don't think he makes it here. As a result of that, I think we're going to get Dolph Ziggler against Drew McIntyre, which is a bit of a shame because we have seen that match recently, like this week, a few days ago, on Raw, but I think that would be probably the match that makes the most sense to make in the short term, and so I think we get a repeat, and I think Drew McIntyre gets the victory. Drew McIntyre is clearly someone they've got big plans for. I don't see why you would give him a pay-per-view loss. Next up, we've got a ladder match, and this is a really interesting ladder match because it's not for a title. A guitar is going to be suspended above the ring. I love these kind of stipulations, these real curveball ones, because they remind me of the early 90s when we had like blindfold matches or nightstick on a pole match or loser goes to jail match. This is maybe not as exciting. It's just a guitar that's suspended above the ring, but I think Elias will get that guitar. He's going to need it as an equalizer because Bobby Lashley is so huge that Elias, for him to stand any kind of a chance, is going to need a weapon. So I think it makes sense that Elias will get that guitar. Even with the guitar, I don't know if Elias can win. Because he's going to have to compete with Lio Rush, who's around ringside as well. I think that Bobby Lashley will get the victory here. I do think Elias will get the guitar. He will use it. There'll be some nice moments. But I think Bobby Lashley has to surely come through this match. Next up, we've got a triple threat match for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. Current champions, The Bar, who are just coming off that awful rap battle that we saw on SmackDown Live. The Bar are facing the New Day, are facing the Usos. It's really hard to know where the titles are going to go because the titles have bounced around all three teams for the past couple of years. So that title could end up going anywhere and to anyone. I don't see a need for it to go onto the New Day. The Bar could retain. I would be fine with the Usos having it back. The only problem is that because that title has switched around so much, it doesn't feel like it matters who wins. Like, I don't care, if I'm being honest. but I'll say the Bar retain. Next up, we've got another interesting match. Natalya against Ruby Riot. Ruby Riot showing off a table that has a picture of Jim the Anvil Neidhart on it. She is going to use that exact table to drive Natalya through and win the match. So I think that's a really interesting way of making what has been a pretty so-so feud a bit more interesting. I am now definitely intrigued to see what happens. I would like to see Natalya use that table to smash over the head of Ruby Riot or something along those lines. I would like to see Natalya using that image of Jim the Anvil Neidhart to help her get victory. Could be quite a shocking moment if Ruby does drive Natalya through that table. It would make quite an interesting visual. Obviously, Natalya must have signed off on all of this. She must be fine with all of this. So I don't feel like it's disrespectful. I feel like Natalya would have said, this is okay. So I think Ruby is a big star. I think Ruby has got a lot to gain by getting a victory here. And I think she gets a victory here. Next up, we got Buddy Murphy against Cedric Alexander for that Cruiserweight Championship. This will be a fantastic match. Both of these are great wrestlers. They've been putting on great matches. This will be a great match, but Buddy Murphy will surely retain. Because again, there's no reason to put that title back onto Cedric Alexander. So I think Buddy retains. Final match is a chairs match between Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. Randy Orton has been on a vicious streak recently, destroying Jeff Hardy, destroying Ty Dillinger, and now he has set his attention on Rey Mysterio. This is a chairs match. Rey has returned. I'm expecting a 619 with a chair somehow. I'm also expecting Rey to win. Rey has only just come back. It would make no sense for him to lose here. This loss wouldn't hurt Randy Orton. So I think Rey Mysterio wins. And that is it, guys. That is a pretty stacked card. Don't forget you can join us over on Twitch whilst this event is taking place. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a fun show. Great way to end the year, and hopefully it sets up a lot of feuds for WrestleMania, because we are approaching WrestleMania season. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.